Good evening, Gunners. We are back. Welcome back to the booth. Welcome back to the booth. This is the preview of the Crystal Palace game. I'll speak in a minute. Although I don't think there's much point because we're champions. Anyway, like and subscribe. Wayne, good evening, sir.
Evening, mate. You all right?
Yeah, I'm buzzing, mate. I literally. I tell you what, though. One thing I will say, I've not seen so many people walking around with Arsenal tops.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know whether to be pissed off about it or like, wow, this is great. But they've all come out of the woodwork with their tops on. I'm like, I'm hoping that you guys were walking around in your tops when we had Denilson and we had, Scolacci at the back.
Nicholas Bentner.
And Nicholas Bentner. Not just, on the old, I read another thing as well. My mate told me as well, the parade is estimated to have 2 million people.
Yeah, I mean, how they estimate it? I'm going. If they hacked my phone or something, because are they estimating I'm going? Fair play. It's going to be mental. Yeah, get out there early, mate. That's the thing.
Good evening, Count Docky, mate. Welcome back, buddy.
Champions, ole, ole, ole. Good to sing, mate, innit, Count Dooku? It's enough of the jive, mate, isn't it?
I don't feel real.
It's shocking. It is, mate. I mean, it is real, but sometimes you still have to pinch yourself. It's one of them things, mate, where we've been battered for so long, bantered. You know what I mean? And all we had to show for it was FA Cups and charity shields, community shields, whatever you want to say for it. And listen, I mean, we've won the Premier League and our season's still not over yet because we've got a massive game at the end of the month. I mean, if something like that, if something happens, mate, that parade is more than likely going to double to 4 million, mate. So, you know what I mean? It's
I mean,
a crazy one.
I think it's absolutely mental. We've gone for a roller coaster this season, and Joe, I'm so thankful that we're not sitting here going, Wayne, we have to beat Crystal Palace. We have to do this. We have to do that. Right. Yeah. So I don't think my nose would have taken it tomorrow. I really don't. I really don't.
Sorry, Sunday.
I didn't feel... sorry, Sunday, mate. It didn't feel real for a second. Then I saw Jerky's glum face and it becoming reality to me. Yeah, I loved that. I loved every minute.
It's good to shut him up, really. You know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of been, today's been a little bit less on there because all the stuff's been coming on X when I've been flicking through has been about the England team.
Yeah.
Then it's been about
what do you think about Pep going?
Getting
out while he can.
Well, he's going to get out while he can because, if he wants to take a personal win.
Joe, what comes to mind? Do you remember Mr. T in Rocky 3? When he goes in the crowd and goes, get out while you can.
Yeah.
He's
it's that, but they've been linked with Anderson, so I mean, how are you still signing players and this is hanging over you? People are saying us 40. I don't think they're going to. Someone said to me as well a couple of weeks back that because it's a Premier League thing, EFL might not accept them. So the only thing that they're going to say is that they can be punished points wise. So that if they are relegated, then that's so be it. But they're saying they don't want them to be relegated into their league. So the only way they can go about it is by deducting them points.
Yeah, would you reckon minus 50 or something? I reckon it'd be something like that.
Someone says between 40 and 60, mate, and I think that's a bare minimum for what they've done and what other teams have done, Tone. And Chelsea as well, we could moan about, but City was not cooperated once. They don't cooperate. They've not shown their financials, so they need to be punished. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Alfie, good evening, mate. Thank you for tuning in.
Evening, Alf. Sorry about that, mate. Sorry. Good evening.
Yep. Even lads, just wanting to say fair play, deserve it. I'm happy for you guys seeing a smile you've been waiting for all season. That's very sweet, mate. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Alf. You know your uncle's well, I mean, practically mostly since you're born, mate, isn't you? So he's getting on his 16. Oh, fucking hell, Jesus Christ, Alf. You are 16. Yeah, 17. You're 17 in August.
How are you feeling about the weekend, Alf?
Jesus,
it's a nerve-wracking weekend coming up.
Yeah.
I'll be doing the watch along on Sunday, but I'll have the relegation fight up on the screen to keep an eye on the scores. But that's going to be a massive dogfight. But I got a feeling I don't. It's tough, isn't it? Everton at home is not easy because Everton has still got a sniff from the Europe spots, haven't they, as well?
Yeah.
You didn't need, and you got Leeds playing West Ham. I think West Ham have got the easier fixture, but I think the saving grace is Tottenham only need a draw to.
That's the one thing. I think that obviously, I think that they, that's the thing. I think they at home sort of thing. You're more than capable of getting that, and a draw. Even if West Ham win, the goal difference is so insane that it would not matter.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter if you finish on the same points. West Ham are down. So
I reckon
it's a tough one.
Yeah, it will be. I'll be keeping an eye on it, Alf. But yeah, hopefully it's not too stressful for you. But yeah, Malcolm, good evening, buddy. All right, lads. Congratulations.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Everton, mate, thank you very much from Everton. You guys, you and Bournemouth. We thank you guys a lot because you
as much as you might not see it, but you kind of say football, matey. But as I say, you've all seen whether you love that, whether you like it. I wouldn't say love. Sorry, I do apologise in terms of we're not. But even if you like the club, you're unsure, you're in the middle, whatever you might be, or you hate us with a passion. 100,000 people on a random on a Tuesday night. Most of them got work. Turn up at the Emirates to celebrate. Man City wouldn't have got that. If Man City had won it, you'd have you had a couple of thousand turn up if you're lucky. More likely wouldn't have turned up. It means more to us fans than it would have done to a plastic cheating institution. So, winning for football that's thanks to Everton and Bournemouth as well, getting a result. And it's champions, mate. But thank you, Mel. We appreciate it, mate.
Do you know the one thing that I'm happy for as well, Wayne? Because if we would have won the league next year and not won it this year, then all the haters would have come out and gone, well, you've done it now that Pep's gone. But we've done it. We've beaten Pep, right? That was the ultimate thing, right? That people were going to hold over us if he went. So I think regardless of this season, he would have gone anyway. And that's one thing that I'm happy because if we do win it next season, we win back to back. No one can turn and say, well, Pep wasn't there. By the way, next season, I think it's going to be very, very competitive. I think United come back into play with Carrick. He's got them going. I think Liverpool come back into play. Chelsea not quite so, but then they haven't got. They'll probably get Conference League if they win. But next season, I think City might slip off a little bit with the new manager trying to embed. So, I think that this stuck off our back, Wayne. It's just going to open up so many doors, and I'm looking forward to next season as well.
It's as someone said, there was you remember the rumours. Get through these questions first, Tone, and I'll remember that.
I'm 18 August. Jesus Christ, you're 18 August.
Jesus, dude.
To be honest, lads, it's really not easy. I'm not nervous.
Holly, Jesus, Holly's 20
all season and just decide to turn up at the end of the season. It's a fair point, mate. It's
a fair point, Alf. And your uncle's sorry, mate. Yeah, because you and Holes is 20 or ain't. Jesus Christ, you kids have got to stop growing up. You're getting too old.
I don't hate Arsenal. I'm from Liverpool. I don't see Arsenal fans here. Yeah,
fair enough. No, but listen, we do appreciate you've come to this channel, Malcolm. We appreciate it, mate. And good luck, whatever happens at the weekend. You know what I mean, mate?
Can Everton still get Europe?
I think so. I'm not sure. I mean, you would always know like David Moyes, matey.
Because I think that's the last thing Tottenham need is Everton fighting for something as well.
Oh yeah. While you're looking for that, and I'll go back to that thing.
Let's get the league table up.
All right.
Oh, look at that! Top of the league, 82 points. Champions. Sorry. Never get old.
There's a rumours that excuse me, guys. Busy day at work and the heat.
Anything. Sorry, mate. I don't think Everton.
No, that's fair enough. They haven't really got much to play with.
52, Brentford, Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea and Brentford and Sunderland.
Yeah, I think it's more so. It's more so at the top. But listen, they haven't. Who knows? But neither have Leeds. So it's a catch-22, really. Does David?
Malcolm, correct me if Everton have a chance of Europe, right? I don't think they do, mate. I think that you'd have to have Brighton and Chelsea and Brentford and Sunderland and Newcastle to sort of drop points and Everton to win to go on 52. What's their goal difference? I mean, decent goal difference, but 8th is that Conference League, isn't it? Or is it 7th?
Well, remember as well. Also remember that now that Aston Villa have won the Europa League, they're automatically in the Champions League.
So that opens up a Europa League spot, right?
That drops another couple of places down the table.
Yeah, Liverpool sorted out, didn't they?
So, well, yeah, you're lucky sods, exactly.
Bournemouth are in 6th. Yeah, so I think Everton might just miss out. Unfortunately, I'm gutted for them because I thought them and Fulham were piling in on there.
Yeah,
at the bottom, it's always looking tight. West Ham on 36 and Tottenham on 38. Oh,
yeah.
I mean, that them two clubs shouldn't be down there. It's been an awful season for both of them.
Yeah, no, it should be. Yeah.
Alfie, growing up that quick, it's tattoo season in August for me. But boys, even if Everton have nothing to fight for, they will still be up for it to ruin it for us. You know, it's going to be tough. Yeah, well,
Moisey, someone said as well. Obviously, Moisey with West Ham, but listen, it's all to play for. They've got something to play for. Me personally, I'm glad we haven't got to play for something now, because as I say, Aston Villa. Someone was saying that Aston Villa wouldn't even turn up at City.
No, that was our worry. Wayne. I think
this is the worry. That was the worry. We had to win. Now we don't have to do anything, which is thankful. It's kind of over. But quickly going back before we get to Count Dooku, because I'll if I forget what I was saying.
Go on, mate, go for it.
Beating Pep holds a bit more for us as well now, because if the points have been deducted, which they were during the last international, someone had said, it's pretty soon, but nothing's again been said about it. So I think it's much better. And people, we said it on here. Oh, you should be punished, yeah, and I've said it as well. But maybe you have to look in hindsight with it now done, that we have beaten Pep without any points deduction whatsoever.
Yep.
Yes, we lost the League Cup to them, but we won the bigger prize. So get that monkey off. Get that monkey off his back. We've done it. We've done it with nothing, no charges, and no one can say, "Oh, you won it in default," because Man City got the charges.
I've heard Arteta's had £1 billion to spend. He should have won the league a couple of seasons ago. So I've heard the criticism coming out of that. But
sorry, Tone, on that quickly, but think your fault. Sorry. This is what annoys me, because again, no one said a word when this football club was breaking even, was selling their best players, and Wenger was keeping us in top 4. We was a laughing joke then, and now we spent almost close to £1 billion to build ourselves up. And in that situation as well, Tone, there's been players that have been bought that maybe you're trying to raise the level constantly. You can't raise the level relying on youngsters and whatever. That's why we built. Now you look at the youngsters coming through. Haaland wasn't fantastic a couple of years back, but there's been a lot of work behind the scenes at Haaland. And now you've got the Skellys, you've got the Wanyeris, you've got the Dalmans. There's you got the Marley Salmons. There's some good kids coming up, and they've done a lot of work. They've done a lot of work to build that up, to give the club that issue where you go, look at it as well, though. People have said amount we've spent, but if you got Wanyeri coming through, Skelly and Dalman has come through your youth, you're not going to end up having to spend so much, because if these players can get to that level, we've got players there already, haven't you? So we've had to do it because there's been so many mistakes made, and the team Arteta inherited, he was just trying to stage by stage by stage, and the best window they had, whether he divides opinion with it, but the best window we had was when we signed Raya, Timber, Rice, and Havertz. That's when the level raised, and especially sort of like whether you think about Havertz, but he has scored the winning goal that against Burnley that has effectively won us the title. So we have to praise him where praise is due, because he brought up he come up with the goods, Tone. But every year we've had to, because he inherited a team, that what I mean, didn't have cojones,
Fair play to him. Count Docker's put the extra Champions League spot for winning Europa only comes in play if Aston Villa finish below 4th. Not the case, sadly.
Yeah,
they're 4th. Yeah, they're not going to be dropping out of there. Yeah, and I think City will beat them because Pep Pep send off. But yeah,
Fair enough.
61. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think. Well, Liverpool got better goal difference, so Liverpool might be able to sneak into fourth on Sunday. But yeah, very good point, mate. Very good point. Alfie's put. Did either of you watch the Chelsea Spurs game with the penalty shout at the end for us? I didn't see it, mate, because I was obviously busy with the Bournemouth City game. But I read there was a few decisions. There was correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't watch it, guys. Let me know in the chat. But did what's his name? Old Curly Frock. I've got his name. For Chelsea. Got his name. What is it?
Gyokeres.
Yeah, he got booked for challenging the box, and the question was, why wasn't it a penalty given if he's been booked for a foul? So then it was. I don't know why that was, but yeah, I heard that, and I think Andy, said something about the fact that it was.
Alf, I tell you what I'll do for you as a family thing, and when we're going back on again, mate. I mean, obviously, that by the time we might talk, it might be sort of like all over. But due to the euphoria, boy, I've not caught any other football match. If it's on Match of the Day, I'll have a look for you. So I can't really comment on it, but I get there's a few kind of upset Tottenham fans at the end of the match, matey. But I'll have to catch it up.
There is a load of you watching. Thank you for that. That's absolutely brilliant. Smash the like button. Let Alfie know if you watch the game, and let him know your thoughts on it. He's a Spurs fan if you don't know. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on that. I didn't see it, to be fair. I was obsessed with the Bournemouth game. You know, and the way the Bournemouth game was going, I couldn't switch off.
I was hiding. I was hiding to the last 5 minutes. So I said, "Do I watch it? Because this could be a monumental moment, or if I watch it, they'll score." Haaland, of course, did score, and then it turned it. I mean, you got all these videos.
Have you seen that meme with the in-betweeners who are in the car? Even it captures when Haaland scored, and Jay looks around and goes, "Cool, you all shit yourself, didn't you?"
Yeah, mate. Did I? The missus, she was sort of half asleep, but the word that come out of my mouth is not repeatable on this channel, even though we are.
We're not allowed to swear, mate. We've been told off a few times.
We do get told off, but yeah, it was one of the worst words. One of the worst words you can think of come out of my mouth. And then I had 3 or 4 minutes after that for them boys to hang on again. And yeah, obviously I wasn't going to stick a camera on myself because it was just at a moment. But there's been a lot of sort of like people stuck the camera on in the filming in the hope and then putting it online, which is good. But in hindsight, for me,
it was 6 minute stoppage time, mate, and Haaland scored that goal. Oh shit!
So, I would, it was just, there was for me. A lot of people, obviously, I've got I had 3 kiddies sleeping upstairs as well, so it had to be the craziest muted celebration I've ever done, and it was. But it was a good night, emotional night. It was fantastic, mate. There's a few videos that get you as well, but it's just been so long. It's just, the pure passion of wanting to see your football club finally lift the trophy. And it's just years of hurt, really, Tone. Just knowing sort of like come to sort of like February, March that you're, either your team's well out of getting any kind of European place or well out of Champions League, or you're just about to fight for Champions League. We've had it for 22 years where the team, other than maybe 2 or 3 occasions, we thought we might be in with a slight shout here, and then you just get totally. It's like, started being flying high and getting shot down by a sniper. You know what I mean? You're floating on air, and they go bang. By the way, mate, here's reality. You're not going to win it this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've had a lot. We've had 22 years of that, so it's a lot. It's a lot of emotions coming out.
Yeah, no, definitely. So let's catch up some of the comments, Wayne. They're flying in.
Thank you. Go for it.
Kandoka's put the frugal era of Arsenal dates back to earlier than the Emirates. We literally had to sell Prime and Elka to build Coney training ground.
Exactly, we did, mate. 100%. Wenger never spent a lot, but that was it. He built the training ground, and I think he bought Thierry Henry with it as well.
Yeah. So, Wayne, if we win the Champions League, right? I think Wenger should be there with Arteta when that trophy gets lifted, right? I know he's gone and Arteta done all the work, but I think the foundations that Wenger's laid for this club, right? All them, right? Don't get me wrong. The last year he was a bit behind as a manager, and he was getting battered, and it wasn't great. But if you look at what he done in the background,
there's a line. There's a line about in North London Forever. If you hear the whole song, it's in the roots and the foundations, and he's the root and the foundation of just what the Emirates is now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's also, you know, there's a lot of it as well from going, but he put Arsenal back on the map. He struggled. He turned down team after team to get abused by people on the train when we lose 3-1 to Stoke. Whatever you thought about tactics, whatever you thought about that, he had his hands tied behind his back tone to get this club, and he done all of that by his last season or two, where we were poor, and obviously the last season he couldn't get us into the Champions League, but he gave the best of his years for Arsenal. He turned a lot of things down to keep this club going financially, and as someone says, which is quite apt, Wenger built the Emirates, and Arteta's turned the lights on. And he's the man who we have to thank. We have to be very thankful as well. And did you see the Arsenal video as well they released where Wenger's got the wine?
Yeah, he says enjoy it.
Yeah, and that was it, mate. That done me there and then, just because of sheer fact. You know how much anyway that I've loved Wenger. You know,
I think it'd be fair to say everyone in this chat and on this channel loved Wenger.
There's quite a few on AFTV time, because they were the chief instigators of the Wenger out brigade. But there for genuine supporters, you have to realise what that man's done. And I think for him being front and centre for the first video that Arsenal released is very much class. It was class. It was absolute class.
Yeah. Joe, good evening, mate. He's put champions. To be honest, the other fan base,
no other fan base
come close how Arsenal celebrate. Completely agree. We even had the celebration please meet to discuss how we celebrate small wins like the goal by Dalman. Yeah.
Listen, it's like we're not won anything. I was there at that game. I was there at that game. I was there at that game, Tone. And I'm sorry, no one could tell me. It was just, you see this 16-year-old kid running through, like, you know, it was an intense game. You know, you got this last minute corner. You're all frustrated, like it was at Burnley. But, you know, we would have done exactly the same thing. But this was exactly how it was at Burnley. It was like Everton. And it was just tense and whatever. And you think it's 1-0, but if they get a goal back, you know, we need this. And we thought there and then, we thought, you know, this is, you know, obviously we've slipped up a few times in April, unfortunately, with the Bournemouth loss and City. But that was just a euphoria, mate, you know. Everyone was going mental, and it was a great moment, you know. It was like the Reece Nelson moment, and it was everyone's gone, oh, but what's the matter? What's the matter? Like, he's literally had an open goal. No. This kid, 16-year-old kid, has literally just twisted two people inside out. And he's putting the ball in the back of the net to go, right, this game's done. Yes, an iconic moment in the season.
No, definitely. Callum Dockers put, it was harsh on Havertz during the Burnley game. I was harsh on Havertz during the Burnley game. Sorry, mate.
Yep.
I apologise for that.
I'm the same time. I was the same.
He's having fourth winner of us this season. I can't speak tonight. York has only 5 in comparison. Yeah, no, it was a match-winning goal. You know, actually, someone said to me the other day, that Burnley game, if we don't score from a corner, we ain't scoring. Because
no, I mean, it is the worrying thing. I mean, obviously he's done it for a reason. Maybe he thought that approaching it like the Fulham game, Burnley, it wouldn't allow York to they wouldn't allow us to play that way. So he changed it up with a Havertz. I'll stand corrected. Who knows? We don't know if it would have happened or not. But at the end of the day, a set piece wins you it started with a set piece, it ended with a set piece, and trophies in our hands. So, you know, you've got to use what's at your disposal. And I've said on this channel, I said time and time again, you know, that you need 2 sets of strikers, 2 different profiles. And Gyokeres is a different profile. And that's what you need, mate. You know, you need a Havertz, you need a Gyokeres. We've been already linked with strikers already. So it's going to be quite an interesting summer as well. But we'll get to that after the Champions League.
Let's get the season out of the way first, Wayne. I'm sure we'll be on here discussing rumours.
I've got to go for a World Cup, Tone, and see England lose penalties when Jordan Henderson misses a bloody penalty. Can't believe he's going.
I can't believe they've.
I'm still talking, Tone. Let me just get the light on, son. I'm just going to mute my camera, but you keep talking.
They've left Palmer out and Foden. I know they're City and Chelsea players, but that's a big risk for him, by the way. We'll get into that later on in the show. Alfred's put, yes, that's exactly what I'm fuming about. So this is a late comment to what we discussed earlier. he can't get booked and not give anything. Bit strange. Yeah, when I heard about that, I thought it was a bit strange. I think I'll have to have a good look and analyze it. But
I'll have a look for you, Alf. As I say, boy, it was
Albo. Good evening,
know.
mate. Play the kids versus Palace. Save legs for Champions League final. Absolutely, mate. We'll get into Wayne's starting 11 shortly as well. Our old man, the Emirates at 1 a.m. was crazy. At 5 a.m. it was crazy. You had Declan Rice, Ezra, Timber.
It looked like they'd slept much. They literally celebrated the game.
They didn't celebrate. They literally was at the training grounds and they got in a car and drove they got to the Emirates and was walking around. Absolutely brilliant.
You see Whitey as well in the crowd. That was good.
Yeah,
he was in there as well. Absolutely brilliant. Listen, Albo, fantastic, mate. Well done. Listen, I'm assuming if it's 2000, mate, that you're 20. You'll be 20, maybe 26 years old. 26 years old. Sorry, so you would have been a kid. Listen, everyone, well done. Well done. Well done.
Love the video. Love the Emirates video on Insta, Wayne. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Just for you. That was just for you, Count. Just for you, mate.
Big up. Yeah, definitely, mate. Thanks, mate.
Listen, we will be. Sorry, Tone, but I'll be coming with your brother-in-law if Tony's coming. But yeah, I'll be at the parade. If there's anybody on there, who will be. I mean, you might not see me because it's going to be absolutely mental. But yeah, listen, I'm going to be at the parade. I've got to. I've told the missus I have to be at the parade. And if we lift the Champions League afterwards, I'll have a bit of an hangover, but I'll be going straight up there in the morning. And yeah.
Well, I'm at the Emirates screening on Saturday. So I'll try and get some videos out for you guys on that. But that's going to be good. There's about 35,000, I think, in that.
In the stadium?
Yeah, doing a screening.
It's about and they're not doing the 6. It's not 6. Well, is it all right? Is it cut after? Is that full?
Yeah,
because
the screens they're putting the screens on the pitch, didn't they? But they can't do a full stadium because I don't know how they would do it. But I'm in the upper tier, so I'd imagine it's probably it might be 60,000. That'd be nuts if we put 60,000 in there, wouldn't it?
I agree with this comment as well, and I mean I've done quite a rest, but I think some of the boys need to have. Joe said, "Joy, sorry, mate, we'll get it right." But the boys unfortunately don't need to settle. We still have bigger fish to fry, which we do. Rotate. I mean, I've gone quite heavily rotated, but rotate. Bring the boys on. We can't switch it. You can't switch it down there. You got to keep intensity without getting an injury bones. That's the thing.
Yeah. If we win the Champions League, build Arteta a statue.
There was talk prior to Premier, but I mean, if he does it, mate.
I don't know what, I've not. One thing I'm going to do, I've not done it. All the haters on Arteta, the ones that absolutely hate. I mean, I'm talking to someone like Lee Gunner. You know,
exactly.
He's got a big channel, right? But he absolutely hates. He hated Arteta.
And that Dan Potts in it.
Yeah. Well, I think he was on the fence, Dan Potts. I think the only one that Lee Gunner's literally he wanted Arteta gone. So I'd be interested to hear what his thoughts are now. I mean,
sometimes you build on this kind of thing. I mean, listen, we've had people come on here. It's not blowing your own trumpet, but people come on here and they said, "Oh, you guys are quite level. You know, you talk blah blah blah." We haven't got agendas. We got opinions, and some are wrong. You know, some are in between. You know, like Trossard, and he had a fantastic start to the season. He's come back again. We didn't really. You have moments where a fan channel like people like that time want to stick to the negativity because they're looking for the clicks. You know what I mean? They're looking for the notoriety. Oh, I hate. Well, mate, you can go down at Hill because you're totally wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think everyone are entitled to their opinion, and I think with me. At the start of the season, I did say if he doesn't win something, it's got to be looked at. Right?
Well, you've got to close his channel down. Close his channel down.
Close it down.
I know that.
The comments are flying. I love it, guys. George Graham, legend. Bruce Rioch, bloody hell, he's going back. He's going back. Wenger.
I'm talking about Bruce Rioch.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think he overstayed his welcome a little bit. I think he got a bit styled.
No, I wouldn't say 2006, Albo, but
yeah.
I wouldn't say 2006, mate. I mean, a bit later. Listen, I mean,
I think when he won that last FA Cup, I think that's when he.
That was the point. I mean, listen, he when he done after 9 years, as
everyone can change their opinion, mate. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You're not a turncoat. Everyone had their own doubts of Arteta. I did.
The problem is you're in pain. You're in pain. You're in sort of like doubt because everyone. Again, what it is as well. You got the negative output. You got if you go on social media. You go on Sky Sports. I mean, again, Sky Sports, right? They've run a thing. It's come up on my channel, and if anyone follows the Gooner Booth on TikTok, on X, and we are on TikTok as well. But I'll go on X and I'm commenting on everything. I'll be sending memes, be commenting. There's some sort of bookmark tweets that I'm just kind of just digging people out and stuff like that. But Sky Sports comes up on my page quite often, and Sky Sports run an article saying now that Pep is going, is Unai Emery the best manager in the Premier League? At what point though do you run an article? What, without an agenda? And this is what I'd love to do. Sky Sports were there, Tone. Right, I'd love a group of art just to seem like, you know what I mean, like give them abuse, because they are agenda-driven twats. The only reason Sky Sports is relevant now is because unfortunately they win the rights to show Premier League games. Otherwise you'd have nothing to do with it. They're just the same. ESPN do it, Tone, as well. In America, you'll be, they're an American sports network. ESPN UK, the tweets they send out. Honestly, mate, they're just agenda driven. They're doing it's all for clicks now.
Yeah,
it's all for clicks. But we would not watch Sky Sports at all because it's lacked class anyway. But we've got to pay we got to watch football, haven't we? And unfortunately, they own the rights.
They got you by the.
They got you by the short and curlies, as they say. But
the honies.
Yeah. I'd rather not tune into their channel. Shower of shit,
Joe, but still think we need to open the invite to former players who were key and had passion. Ramsdale, Saka, Reece Nelson all need to get their flowers. They gave us lots of hope.
Don't forget those on the journey, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Tommy Yasu, sort of, he deserves players like that. It's why as well I said, Tone, was good stuff, Albo. I mean, listen, mate, you see the Gooner Booth in the crowd, you know what I mean?
Yeah, come and say that if you see us. I mean, there's apparently 2 million there, so you probably
we'll be like picking a needle in a haystack. But listen, I'm going to get there as much as I can. But yeah, what was I saying, Tone? Because of the thing, it doesn't.
Maybe we should get some Gooner Booth t-shirts and wear them.
That's it, mate.
I'm going to the toilet on Sunday versus Palace. Oh, nice. I'm doing a watch along here, so I'll come and tune in if you want to. If you guys, there's a few of you watching. I'll be here on Sunday.
Yeah, I'll be trying to get back to try and get the trophy lift.
Joe, one special mention to Trossard and Martinelli. The left wing was a problem, but they have revolutionised it. Brilliant. I completely agree. Although I do think we should upgrade that in the summer. I do think we need to. I think Trossard.
I've got a feeling, Tone, right, that what's been talking, and because of Trossard, I've got a feeling, sorry a minute, right, mate, it's just I think that Trossard's going to stay and Martinelli's going to go. Why I say there's a lot of talk, but Martinelli will bring in more money. Trossard, he trusts Trossard more than he would Martinelli. It's an unfortunate thing. I don't want it to happen, but I think they're going to look to kind of cash in on the players that will bring the more money in. I think that's unfortunately what we've got to deal with.
I'll tell you why I think you're right is because there was a video that I watched where all the players are returning back to training, and also they're walking in there, they're going yes and all that stuff. And Martinelli was like, "Congratulations, Gabs," and he literally just nodded his head and walked through the door.
Yeah.
So the body language tells me that I think he's done now. Fair enough. You've left with a trophy. You've done what you've got.
Listen, mate. I don't know what we can get for him. If it was to go, I mean, he's been a part of it, and he's scored some vital goals.
Let's ask the chat, Wayne. There's 10 people watching. Smash the likes up. How much do you think Martinelli's worth?
Yeah.
Let's ask the chat. Let's put it
because we bought him for 6 million. And listen, personally, I think 40, 50 million. And they're more likely looking at it. Look, all right, we can get rid of Trossard, but you're going to have like bloody Napoli come in and say we'll give you 10 mil. You know what I mean? So what you got to look at with Trossard is that he's the one that you can more than likely get another year out of him or so, another year, 2 years, and run it down. Yeah. He's a trusted player in Arteta's armory, so we have to accept that. But Martinelli, he doesn't trust him at centre forward, and he has played him at left wing, but he obviously doesn't quite trust him. So I think they want to upgrade in that sense, and go from there, Bones.
Let me just answer Albo's put, where can I watch the final? Apparently you got to pay. You go to North London, mate. I think the only problem with North London is you're going to have to find the pubs that are first come first serve and just get in there early. I think a lot of them are about £10 to enter. I think the Gunners Bar is first come first serve, and it's £10 on entry, because that's where I was going to go if I couldn't get in the Emirates, but I was lucky enough got a ticket to go in the Emirates for the screening.
So how did you get it? How did you get them tickets though, dude?
So I mean, I'm not taking credit. My mate jumped on. I jumped on at 1 o'clock because I'm a Red member, and they went on sale. The queue, there was 23,000 in the queue, by the way, for these tickets. We managed to get them 15 quid each, which isn't too bad. It's going to be a DJ, so it's going to be going off. It's going to be a good atmosphere. I'm buzzing for it. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I don't have too much to drink, so I'm not hungover for the parade, because I don't want to miss that either. But that's going to be
apparently. So is it right in saying that someone said it's like 5 o'clock?
What, the parade?
The kickoff? No, sorry, the Champions League.
Oh no, Champions League. Yeah, it's kicking off at 5 apparently. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because that's why I couldn't commit in any way with that, because I might have to kind of go to a party and then leave a party, so and find a place to watch it. So
parties, Champions League final, it's in the diary.
I know.
Mate, you should have cancelled it.
It's when it's a friend's 40th, mate. You got to kind of mix and match it. But I'll have to see. I might not be able to make it at all. But that's why I couldn't give a definitive answer, unfortunately. But
yeah, all good, mate. 40 million for Martinelli. Yeah, I think
it could be a reasonable one.
Yeah, head to the Gunners Bar, mate. I think get there early though, mate, because I think obviously everything else around the area has absolutely gone nuts. Even the box parks. I was looking at Box Park, Wembley.
Yeah, the box park. Yeah,
that's sold out. All the box parks are sold out. Shoreditch, Wembley. Yeah. There's another one. I don't know where the other one is, but they're all sold out. All sold out. Nuts. Everyone. It's going to be such a great atmosphere around London, let alone in. I know people that are going out to Budapest. They ain't got tickets. They're going out there just for the atmosphere out there. Right, and if I had the money, I'd go out there as well, to be fair, because even going into a bar near the stadium watching it, could you imagine the atmosphere? Because a lot of supporters will go out there even if they can't get a ticket. I've seen stupid money for tickets now, like $7,000. Someone got quoted for a ticket. That is absolutely mental. But people will pay it for, it's do you know what I mean? It's that. CJ, he's alive. CJ, good evening, mate.
Yeah, mate. Know the feeling.
Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. Giles put, still worried about the future of the left wing forwards. Burton needs to work on this area as soon as possible, unless it may be possible to switch some of the right forwards to the left. Yeah, I mean, tried that at Madueke. It didn't quite work. I think I read somewhere it's about 140. Is it 140 million for winning the Premier League? Probably slightly more.
I'll tell you what, Sam, without you having to work anything out, I've read there's something that said it with all in. I don't know if it includes the Champions League final, but the income this year for us is 770 million.
I mean, I don't know what I'm celebrating. You don't get any of that. But I mean, look.
No, but you might get the good players. You know what I mean?
We will literally. Look, that's enough money for Burton to go and invest heavily, right? Into our front three needs investing. But yeah, look, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I thought I'd died and went to heaven.
Yeah,
brilliant.
It's been a crazy one. Pardon me, it's been a crazy one, CJ.
I'll read out these comments, man. We'll get into your starting.
I'm still catching up on sleep, mate.
Can Dogs put Hungary has a wonderful football culture. It's definitely worth it to go there, even if you don't have the tickets. Yeah, I reckon it's gonna be buzzing, man. I really do. I was like, champions again, LA, champions again, LA. He's buzzing. He's going for it, the boy. Am I dreaming? Have we won the league? Yeah, we've won the league, mate.
No one. Yeah, you can pinch yourself, mate. I went into work again, and I went on Wednesday, wearing my Arsenal kit, and I went out doing my delivery, wearing my Arsenal top. I had people bibbing me. Come on, you Gunners. I had people coming out and saying, like, well done. And then I had this UPS driver who had an old JVC Arsenal top on his pin to his van, and he's going, and that euphoria that we're champions. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was in college. I just left the college computer course in college at 17. And see my team go unbeaten and win the league. So I'm a grown man now with family and a mortgage and work and a job to kind of work, and yeah, it's just different level. to let it all out, matey.
I say that about Hungary because I was once chased by a drunk group of hooligans in Budapest. Oh, bloody hell. Although the hotels in Budapest are mad expensive for 2 days, over 2K. Yeah, everyone's going to milk it.
Did you hear that there was? I don't know if Alfie as well, but there was some Tottenham fans going around.
Deleting reference numbers.
Deleting people's reference numbers for what hotels they'd booked out there.
Not good. But then, not being funny, why would you share your booking reference? Honestly,
no. Why do you even put?
What an idiot! You deserve to pay more. You absolute muppet. Why would you share that? Honestly. Anyway, he was bragging as well. He was bragging that he booked it early and that stuff, and then he just literally got absolutely. He probably your booking it goes as well. So God knows what the guy had done. He'd probably be sleeping on the bench in the bloody airport or something. But CJ's put, my life changed after Wednesday night. Literally, my reality hasn't, but my mind has. It's like I was football depressed without knowing.
No, listen. I mean, I did actually. I did have a He was 3 years old, Alba. Exactly, mate. He was. That's what I was saying. Listen. I don't want to be sort of getting sentimental and whatever. But I was going to say a little kind of monologue. But I think we've had a lot of hurt. And what football does sometimes, or whatever we've kind of gone through, whatever you've been going through, whether you're struggling financially, whether you can even have a happy life financially, but you're not quite happy in yourself. Sometimes what football does to you, whatever your team's doing, is it can define your mood. You win a game, you feel much better. If you got a wife, whatever kind of preference of whatever you do in life, your partner, they can feel your kind of, if it's going to be a good weekend, it's going to be a bad weekend. We live, breathe football, because the reality in this world, it's even worse now. And is it going to get better? Who knows? When the Arsenal is our escape. So the fact that you've had this 22 years of just wishing, and hoping that your football club can shut the noise out, can win that is what it's all about. Football's an escape. The Arsenal's an escape. And now we're champions. Have some of that. Stick that in your bottle and drink it. And if you got any Arsenal crumble, I've got some custard here. You can put some of that on it and all.
That guy he'd done a video on his van. He had a guy with a bottle and literally going, "Congratulations, Arsenal," because he was getting abuse from everyone. Because apparently at Bournemouth he had like a top on with a number, and he was going like that, hiding it. I don't know what it said. If anyone see it in the comments, but I don't know what it said.
He clearly had something. He said as well. I said he was a plant. People have been saying he's a plant online, and he's gone he come out saying, "I'm not a plant. I'm not this. I'm not that." Mate, you've been picked out. He said, "I go home and away. I do this and that." Sky have picked you out because you don't pick out a random bloke in the thing. I mean, we had a bloke. I'm going back quite a while before Albo and quite a few younger. In the 97, 98, I always remember. And someone actually tracked him down when we won at Old Trafford. Was it Old Trafford? When we won 1-0 at Old Trafford, there's this guy, vintage, and I'll never forget his face. And Sky just picked this random one guy out, and he's going, he's going absolutely just loving the moment. Sky, he's not saying he was a plant. I'm just saying that it was just a random guy's emotion. Whatever they've got, whatever they've done, that you don't pick a random guy out who's got a bottle. How do you know that this guy's got a bottle at that time when he's doing that? And then he's doing that thing in the concourse, don't he, when they beat us, and he's going, prick, absolute prick. Gets everything. Listen, what I would say is it's just about, you say, mate, you're a tosser, leave it there. You don't have to abuse family. You don't have to go way above and beyond. Yeah, we know he's a dickhead. All right, he's proved it, and he's trying to now go back on himself. He deserves what he gets without it being football banter. Keep it football banter time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not threatening. Let's not get threatening with it. But let's just say you've mugged yourself off there, mate. Where's your bottle? Where's whatever it is? You're using the bottle that he got from Arsenal when someone got him some water for his kid, right? A Concord with an Arsenal bottle on. I've got something like that. Either it's a steward, another fan, or I can't remember what it was, dude. But he's got hold of an Arsenal bottle and he has kept that to use that Well, he deserves everything he gets, bar threats of violence or whatever. That's not to be condoned. You know, it is banter, but
Yeah,
Sky, you
he was
cannot tell me
getting.
he's not a plant because Sky
Yeah,
picked a bloke out with a bottle. So I'm not having any of that. But he
I think
deserves the banter that he gets
but not the
in
abuse.
with football.
He did get really bad abuse. To be fair to the guy, he was getting
Nothing
racial
fit, you know, it should
abuse.
never be a threat of physical violence. We know what he is.
Yeah,
You just have to put with people like that, you have to say, jog on, mate, you know, you've been
yeah.
absolutely
Well,
found out.
he's eating humble pie, and he's
Eat your
admitted to
humble
it.
pie. I've got some
Yeah.
custard for him as well if he needs it.
Nice. It does, but last time I felt this good was after the FA Cup penalty shootout against United 2004. Wow. Daddy hell. Honestly, I'm still not over the happiness this win meant for us. It's honestly, I'm walking around with a smile on my face. Whenever
I was, you know what though, I was happy.
You know what? Wayne, do you know how happy I am, right? And this will tell you how happy I am. Now, the new Arsenal tops that are coming out, right? I can't warrant paying over £100 for a top. Right? I can't.
Yeah.
But I'm contemplating buying the Champions one with the gold plating, which is 140 quid. That is, I mean, that's something that I would never contemplate doing, but because it's that I feel that good about my club and happy that I might even get that and frame it and put it behind me.
Yeah.
Just because it's a moment that we've been literally all the years we've gone to like fighting for fourth. We never thought that we'd probably see this moment for a long time. Let's be honest. Right, and
mate,
we brought it to us. The players have brought it to us.
Also, we got a pelters abuse for not beating Leicester, Tone. Like, I mean, in my honest opinion, we should have beat Leicester. I mean, when that had kind of happened, I mean, Wenger did. It was having 2016, and the next year Wenger won the FA Cup, and that's where I kind of thought that should have been the time when you would have gotten it. We should have parted ways. The season after that was poor, but that year, mate, you know, Sanchez and Ozil got like 20 assists. 20 assists. Sanchez was banging goals in and play, you know, that was the season where, you know, we just lacked that extra killer to really put the title to bed because we shouldn't have let Leicester win it. You know, that's another big chance. So we've gone through it, mate. We've gone through the absolute ring, and then for 10 years, you know, all right, last year, mate, I just think we just, you know, we weren't challenging. We were just the second best team. You know, we were nowhere near challenging Liverpool, and you know, for some reason, it weren't quite happening last year. Injuries again totally ended it. But listen, we've gone through that. We went for an injury ravaged year, and bang, champions now. Stick that in your bottle and drink it. Stick it in.
But he's done modelling before, is he? The guy with the bottle. Yeah, definitely a plant. I think. Yeah,
he's for Man City. Listen, whatever happened. One thing I want to say, I'm not, you know, again, I got pelters quite a number of months back about conspiracy theories. I always have to choose my words wisely because Tony stitched me right.
All of a sudden, he's getting attention.
Yeah. He,
definitely,
you know, it's Man City, I think as well. But whatever it might be, there's been such an agenda. Someone has said as well that another Arsenal channel. And they were saying this has been one of those one of the hardest fought titles. Not so much also fighting Man City, but also that you know, we've had so much stuff from social media. As I say, we've had ESPN, BBC, TNT, Sky Sports, everyone lumping in, everyone saying something. Where it's to get out to go to Arsenal fans, but everyone has been literally on our case. Sorry, guys, I'm right near the. I got the window. Apologise, that's a train. But everyone has been on our case. We have been literally. Oh, for God's sake! Sorry. Do you mind? I'm trying to do a pod here.
I'll read this comment out. Hold that thought.
Hold the phone. I'll spit my words out. Sorry, guys. I apologise.
Tony, framing a £140 jersey is too expensive. Framing Arsenal corner flag instead of equally.
Yeah. Just put flags out with champions, mate. You got to be wearing that loud and proud. You know, what was I saying, Sam? That train's done me right. Honestly, I was trying to spit the words out there. Train's done me right there, guys.
No worries, mate. Yeah, we'll see you around, mate.
Red Army elbow. Listen, mate, we'll be there. Tune in with Tony on Sunday, mate. But listen, you enjoy the Tollington. It's a nice pub. Me and Tony been there. I've been there myself as well. Popped in there after a match. It's a nice pub. You enjoy yourself there, matey. Remember the champions. Take care.
Wayne, we're 50 minutes into the channel. We haven't spoken about the game. Let's go into your starting 11.
Yeah, I don't think it matters, Tone, but you do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You guys, you've gone quite strong though. To be fair, I thought I get why Rayer's in goal because he's close to equaling that record, isn't he?
I thought, well, yeah. I mean, listen, he's got enough clean sheets, but I don't know if I want to see sort of like Kepa letting goals in.
If Raya, I don't know if you've noticed, Wayne. If he gets another clean sheet, he equals the record with Jens Lehmann and David Seaman, which is the all-time record of 20 clean sheets.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah. So I reckon he probably will start. I want to equal that because that's an achievement.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Yeah.
But I thought you knew that. That's why you threw him in goal, not Kepa.
No, not that, mate. I threw him in goal because I just don't want to see Kepa in goal. I'm not ready for it yet. I'm not world champion.
I think that Kepa may go in goal, but I think because of that reason, I think Raya starts this game.
Yeah, I think. Listen, I mean, obviously, it is consistency. Look, he might just totally change everything and bring the other guys off the bench, sort of thing. I was going to put Gyokeres in because I need him to perform for me in my FPL team because I'm literally run out of free substitutions. So, but I thought to myself, why not give Jesus? It doesn't matter what the game is. Just give him and Martinelli a run out. Could it be Martinelli's last potential game with Arsenal starting, if you like? I mean, we may come on in Champions League, he may not. But listen, you got MLS in there. I think MLS needs to carry on playing. Tony was dropped last game as well against Burnley, so he should have fresh legs. Rest Rice, obviously, and I think whether he does or not, maybe he might keep that defence tone. Might keep the back line. You never know.
Yeah,
consistency is key. Moreno, I was going to count about to say it because obviously me and Tony can see the comments as well. Moreno is fit, by the way, to whether to start the game or sub. He's come on. I've got a sneaky. He's one of them players that can nick a goal when it's 0-0 against PSG in the 88th, 89th minute. And nick that ball and scored a vital goal that could win it 1-0 for us, mate.
Yeah, I think it might be too soon for Marino because reading the press
to start, but I mean, he is about in full training now.
Yeah, apparently he's done a bit of light training according to Arteta in his press conference.
Marley Salmon as well, Count Dooku. Yeah, he could potentially come in, mate. It depends, obviously. Yeah. What you've got to watch out for is obviously, he's well and good giving him a rest. I mean, listen, the boys have been partying and come back.
Marley's come and get a medal. Does he get a medal, or is he not play? He's not.
I don't know. I don't even know if Kepa gets one, mate. I'm not sure how it works.
Yeah. So unfortunately, football clubs from the south have always faced the stick. Chelsea are the evil collaborators. Unfortunately, Hazard laughing at Arsenal. Really, Chelsea will always be our shadow. Yeah.
We are. Wherever people are like it, we're the biggest club in London, aren't we? So
if we get a Champions League, Wayne, literally no one can say anything to us.
It will end that 22. I mean, listen, the Premier League, getting the Premier League over the line for me, I said that was priority. Again,
another train.
It's just too hot. It's too hot for me to be doing this video without the doors open, guys. So I apologise for any feedback you got on your videos there. But listen, getting that Premier League over the line was the main thing. Getting that Champions League over the line after 20 years after the final, when the final in Paris.
Yeah.
Giles
put, I think I may be wrong, but circa 2000, Arsenal had a crazy win record against the Blues. Just before the Abramovich era, Chelsea were the Spurs of London. Yeah, they were.
Chelsea wasn't great, mate. We had Chelsea in our pocket for a hell of a lot of time.
Don't forget the horses.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah? I'm glad you said that, Dan. I was going to text you. I totally forgot. I will do them tomorrow, Dad. Don't you worry. I had to remind myself it was my go, Dad. But I'll sort them out for you tomorrow.
Who's on the list? Who's on the pun list? Who's top of your list, boys?
On the pun.
Any who's worth a pun? Any recommendations?
Oh, well, at the moment, well, listen, me and Dad,
Have
we
a
don't
look.
win a
Have a
lot. We
look.
don't win a lot. But if there's anyone out there that's got any good horse betting tips, me and my dad would appreciate it.
No compulsory medal for Kepa or Marley. Really? Only 24
Yeah.
players have more than 5 games in the league. The other 16 medals can be given to anyone based on Arteta's wish.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, right. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I think Jesus should start. I think Havertz will probably start. I think just to get a bit. I think he'll probably put Havertz in because he will have another look at him to see how, because it's going to be Adam and Gyokeres. This is probably a trial for that Champions League final.
Who's he gonna say? I mean, you know, a lot of people said,
oh, brilliant.
yeah, brilliant, mate.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
went with Dalman, Wayne. Sorry, sorry, mate. He won the Premier League on the Tuesday, right?
And his GCSEs.
GCSEs on the Thursday. That is absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I mean that's why I've not put him in. That's why I've not put Dalman in, because I'd have Dalman sort of
GCSEs, yeah.
Because he's doing his
GCSEs, yeah. I reckon. I don't think Saka will get a look in. I don't think Rice will be on the bench. Rice might get 10 minutes, maybe. I think that I wouldn't be shocked if he started Dalman on the right and took him off, put Madueke on. Madueke's made the England squad, by the way. I was quite shocked by that because I don't think he's been that consistent.
I don't know. They haven't said anything. I've got some of the West Ham boys. One of the West Ham boys, where Edu comes on, but Sam doesn't. But he sent a text to our work group chat where the abuse has been quite rife, but it's been quite quiet now because obviously being champions and all that. But he said he's put it down there, and he's got like Foden, Palmer, Gibbs White, who's missed out, and Bowen, and all of them have got like 10, 12, 14 plus, whatever it might be. And you got Madueke in the team in it with 3 goals and assists in the Premier League.
Yeah. Sean, good
evening. I can't argue there. Thanks for joining, mate.
Sean's put, we should give some academy players a go, Salmon and Dalman, yeah?
Yeah, listen, it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, definitely.
I think before you join him, I don't know if you heard me earlier, I think he's going to go with Raya because Raya's got an opportunity to equal the all-time clean sheet record. But I think it's David Seaman and Jens Lehmann hold it. So I think Raya may start in goal because of that reason, mate. But yeah, thank you for joining.
Yeah, listen, thank you, mate. Yeah, that's the only reason we have been saying, listen, good shot,
Yeah, let's he changes in half time. There's a clean sheet.
Listen to this tone. Please read this out, and I've just got something to say quickly, but just read this out.
Eza will be a sub to Aura Farm in the Sellers Park.
How crazy is it? And look at this way that he's obviously gone back to his boyhood supporting club. He was kicked out of it, not so much kicked out of the academy, but he kind of wanted to play for Arsenal, was deemed not good enough at his age, went away, worked on himself. He did get an injury at Palace, but he's come back and he's become one of the better attackers, top 10, top 15 attackers in that Premier League. Comes back to his boyhood club and he wins the title, and he goes on the last game of the season. He gets what's her name? Guard of Honour, because he's a Premier League champion. And I think there'd be a lot of respect because a lot of Crystal Palace, there's a lot of classy, but hell, a majority of them, mate, 95% of them are absolute sort of, the class acts, and with in regards to Eza, mate. And so he'll be received well. He won't get boos like Declan Rice. He'll be received well.
Yeah. Giles put, feel sad for the lad who was co-host by Van Nistelrooy to move to United from the academy. Clearly there is no other academy that comes close to Arsenal. Yeah, brilliant. United had to raid it. Hope the lad is okay.
Listen, he was phenomenal. And where's he gone?
Yeah. He's got some minutes, hasn't he? But I think he's just been faded out now. And United will go and buy more attacking players, so he'll go further down.
So they brought that kid in, and then they went and got Cunha, Mbeumo, and Shesko in.
Yeah.
And where's the kid going to get it looking? Like, where's your pathway? You know what I mean? And they'll go and buy more because Michael Carrick will come in, and they'll go and buy Michael Carrick and February. They'll be wanting to get a new manager in again, you know what I mean? Or maybe a year and a half where they might sort of like win a League Cup or something next year, or FA Cup.
No, you know what? I'm actually worried about Michael Carrick, Wayne. I think he's gonna be strong next season. Just from what I've seen, Wayne, I think he's created some consistency. A bit.
I just think he'll be another Solskjaer time. That's what I think.
He's the closest to Arteta in terms of he's created values at United again. They seem like a bit more organised.
That's the only thing I will say. I mean, but also Solskjaer done it, and what undone Solskjaer was the fact that they signed Ronaldo. If Man United didn't sign Ronaldo, I don't think it's. I think Solskjaer could have really won them something, but they decided to go give the vanity project another go. Who loves himself and no one else. And yeah, I think it kind of ruined them a little bit there. So they're trying to fight it back. But he steadied the ship in terms of getting them into Champions League. But Man, I think as well, their squad ain't got the quality and depth to deal with Champions League football as well as Premier League and all the caps as well, Tone. You know, they'll get a short comeuppance. And Michael Carrick's never managed a team in Europe. So let's see what he's got, matey. But yeah. I see where you're coming from. I don't think, obviously, you know, when Arteta lists that Champions League trophy, mate, you can't be comparing the two.
Yeah, Count Docker's put on that point, Martinelli is close to getting Champions League goals record in the season for Arsenal.
He is, Tone. Wow. He has been phenomenal in the Champions. See, this is what my worry is, obviously, in terms of what I was saying. That yeah, Martinelli, he does come up in Europe. I think he could be quite an important player. So, and you have to replace that. If you're going to replace him with someone with consistent output in both the Champions League and the Premier League, like a Sanchez or something, then yeah, if you get a Sanchez level kind of player, if there is one out there, by the way, guys, then yeah, you won't miss a Martinelli. But Martinelli comes up trumps in quite a few occasions, you know.
Yeah, Marino is fit, mate. I think he will be on the bench tomorrow, so he probably will.
Yeah, I think he's got to have minutes. He might bring him on, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, Cheeto that's his name, mate. Yeah, thank you for
Cheeto Obi Martin, my Sean. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean's put, I'm also happy for Ranieri, who will get a Premier League medal as well after going out on loan. I think we should send him out on loan to Como if he can't get minutes in the first team. Yeah, Cesc Fabregas will do some good work with him.
He's got a 5-year contract, Tone, and I think there's a lot of things. I mean, Marseille hasn't quite worked out. In my opinion, I think it's the wrong choice. What it was Tottenham's now manager, wasn't it, De Zerbi? You know what? And he's gone off and left them. And I think he said he promised the club in January, yeah, I'll play 1 year. Like we need to put clauses in this one next time and not make the same mistake. That if there's not a play for 1 year next year, then let's ensure that this guy's going to go out on loan. And sort of, you know, and do the business. It's either two things you can do with him. One that I'm not particularly fond with. I've already said the loan. Second one, Tone, could be with to sell him with an obligation, which means you get first dibs. I'm not up for that, by the way, guys. But I'm just saying, you know, it's just a bit tough on a kid who's been playing and then he's dropped out on loan to a club like Marseille and they're not playing him.
Yeah. Sure, but Gyokeres has got a more GA this season than Martinelli. Best season. Personally, I want us to have a refresh in left wing. Yeah, I think we need.
We have to have a refresh. And I said earlier, if you the new guys, if you missed it, I said to Tony, and in my opinion and what I've heard online, that there's looking more likely that you might see Trossard stay and Martinelli go, and maybe they'll look to sort of like get a proper winger there and have Trossard as the understudy. You know, Arteta trusts him while Martinelli. You know,
that's why I'm looking forward to the World Cup, because the little gems pop up that no one even thinks of. So it's also, for me, I like watching it, but it's also I don't, if it's not just England, I like watching all the fixtures because you get a glimpse of players that you've never even heard of. And that sounds really thingy, but we don't watch other leagues. I don't watch other leagues. I don't know about you, Wayne, but other leagues you don't think of. There's these little gems that will pop up. And you know, that Gyokeres was spotted at a Euro. Right? That's where he was spotted as a striker, right? Then everyone was looking at him. Same with Šeško. Šeško was the same. He popped up in an international tournament. So I'm looking forward to the World Cup in terms of you're going to see some top talent, but then you're also going to. That's when Bert will probably jump on a lot of them. Yeah.
Listen, there's someone said, which it sounds like we're talking about that Krupi Junior at Bournemouth, which I wouldn't mind at all. There's other things then saying that
he's 19.
He's got his Premier League. I mean, Alvarez is Premier League proven as well. But someone was saying, "Oh, that could be one to be done before the World Cup." I know that, but what it is with Berta is he'll be chucking. There'll be stories coming out which we should all know now because we had a summer of it. There will be stories going because look, it was Šeško and it was Gyokeres. We even had Watkins chucked in there for good measure. He will be sticking his hands in all kinds of pie. and chucking these stories out there. So well, let's see what's going to happen. Really, I mean, as I say, we've got a Champions League and another game to go, but it'll be an interesting one as well. It is one to talk about, guys, but we will get to that. But I get what people are saying. But there needs to be an upgrade for me on Martinelli. Trossard plays a certain way, if he plays to his strengths, plays behind a Calafiori, for argument's sake, you see a better Trossard. I think he struggles in different sort of like different ways of playing. He's never going to have any pace to him. But what he does, he's got some trickery, and he can come up clutch. He's up there with Gyokeres as one of the better finishers at the club. And, he's one of our better finishers a couple of years back. And obviously last year before Yok comes. So, there's value in having a player like Trossard. I mean, Martinelli is just the inconsistency for me. But if he sneaks in and gets a goal, like Count said, in terms of breaking a record, mate.
Yeah, fair play.
It goes towards winning the Champions League.
Yeah,
go hero, whatever happens.
Cool, Wayne. Over an hour, mate. Let's get through his comments and we'll call it. I'll get your predictions. Although it's not been much of a preview. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. We've had a lot to talk about, but as I say, the preview is we're going to lift the trophy come Sunday. The football don't really matter. Let's give some players some minutes. There's the preview. Let's just lift the trophy.
Joel makes a very good point. Honestly, you feel like West Ham deserve promotion over Spurs. West Ham's academy has produced better players than boring Spurs. They have contributed much more, including Declan Rice. Yeah.
I mean, Declan Rice is a different kettle of fish, isn't he?
Yeah, Kelton Doku, it really hurts for me to see that Jesus tried so hard to be a first teamer, but has just fell short. Yeah, he's probably going to be shipped off in the summer. Yeah, I think
he might go. I think for him, Count, he's Brazil, done his day. He's I think go back to Brazil. I think if he has to, or Spain. I just think his body's kind of physically done for a Premier League, but he still suits a continental game.
Yeah.
As we've seen in the Champions League, and when the player, like, he scored against Villa, didn't he? And we were sort of like, oh, well done, sort of thing. But
yeah, good goal as well, isn't
it? He has struggled. He has struggled when he's come on, and people like, oh, Gyokeres needs a break. Jesus was coming on, and Jesus wasn't doing it. So it's a massive shame, Count, because there is a player in there, but I think it might be time for 270k a week as well. It might be time to try and cash in and say, thanks a lot, Jesus. You've lifted this trophy. You might lift another one. Whatever might happen, boys. Let's dream. But yeah, it's time to move on. I think definitely.
Yeah. Sean's put, I'd like for us to get 2 left wingers, Nusa, Yildiz, Diamandi, Gods. Yeah, and I've got I could even see Groupie Junior do well for us there. I doubt we sell both, but I'd like us to get 2 proper left options. Yeah, I have to wait and see. But will there be money to spend? That's one good thing, one exciting thing. Giles put a good point. Arsenal also need to think about Skelly's future in midfield.
Got to be midfield
because he's played so well in the midfield since he's come in. I think Arteta gives him a chance next season.
Listen, people. One thing you can't say, but if there's some crazy takes about selling Zubimendi, unless Zubimendi's gone, you know what, it's a bit too quick for me. I want to go back to Spain. Subi needs to still be part of this squad next year. You have Mikel Moreno, and I think maybe you get what you need. We need one more in there, but Skelly.
It's his first season, Wayne. It's Subi's first
season. Exactly.
Right?
Skelly.
A lot of football.
Skelly, exactly, and you'll still find moments where you have a game where it's more suits a Subi profile, but. Listen, MLS has got a position there, Tone, but I still think one more definitely get another central midfielder in, and we could have one of the best midfields in the world, sort of thing, and definitely in England.
Wayne missed the part of the preview. We might be singing "It's happened again. It's happened again." Cool. Look, we'll leave it there, guys. It's been absolutely amazing. All the comments have been brilliant. Oh, there's one more there. We'll get this one out from Sean.
We'll get this one before we close. Yeah, I'd say I think Norgard leaves as well, Sean. It's quite easy to forget that we've still got Nelson, Vieira, and Hine on loan. But yeah, I think obviously they're going to try to secure them, matey. I'm with you.
I reckon if we don't secure them places, I think we'd let them go as free agents.
Yeah, there's a few first teamers that will save some pennies for us. But yeah, as I say, what we've got the World Cup. I mean, obviously we'll try to squeeze some sort of like some transfer show in sort of like once a week or something and break stuff down. But yeah, I'll have a look at all the different sources I have, guys, and come follow the channel in the summer. We'll update you if there's anything I've heard. And yeah, we'll see. It's all exciting, matey. Get that Champions League over the line, boys, and then we can start dreaming of building another super team. Because as I say, this team's done phenomenal winning that time. Imagine if you add to it, if a team that's won that and potentially the Champions League, and you're adding to it, mate.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But yeah, look, cool, guys. We'll leave it there. Thank you for all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sorry about the train noise and the wiping me brow. It's still quite hot out here, and I don't do well with the heat. But you can't complain. But me and Tony appreciate you all tuning in the comments. Thank you, guys.
Cool. Yeah, that's it from us, guys. Wayne, your prediction before we jump off quickly.
Oh yes, sorry. Oh Jesus. I'll predict a trophy lift. I'm
going to go 1-1. I can see it being
it could be that. You know what, Tone? I reckon Crystal Palace have got. Here comes that train again. We've got a problem, mate. If your schedule's too wrong. Sorry, guys. I reckon if he plays Raya, I reckon it'll be a clean sheet. I think that 2-0. 2-0 to the Arsenal. I think Crystal Palace will want to see it off, but I don't think he's not going to want to play. And I think we'll play a team that will nick a goal. You could see a Jesus kind of celebrate his last goal for the club. I reckon 2-0 time to the Arsenal. Let's go out and win. We're champions. Let's go out and play like champions. We got the handbrakes off. Train a bit, you know what I mean, to get into train well for the Champions League final. But let's go out with a win.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, see you on Sunday for the watch long and for the party of lifting the trophy. Looking forward to it. See you guys there. Enjoy the weekends. Lovely bank holiday. Enjoy the weather. Most important, it's lovely weather. Go out, enjoy yourselves. We are champions. It's going to be exciting.
Nothing can change that, and we're going to lift that trophy on Sunday, and that's going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Guys, have a lovely evening.
All the best.
See you on Sunday. Take care.
Take care. All the best.